You showed me such a sweet and simple rabbit today on Facebook, in our Facebook group, that I had to make a video instantly. So, it's the perfect bunny for beginners. I cast on 30 stitches. I'm working with my preferred microfiber yarn, Omega Plus from Leng Yarns, and with needles 5 millimeters. So I need a certain size of yarn and needles for the videos. So 30 stitches cast on, and now you work stockinette stitch on purl on the wrong sides and knit on the right sides, and you knit half of the width in stockinette stitch, and then you start. So I have a width of 18 centimeters and almost 9, so I add 2 more rows, and then we start with garter stitch at the sides. We start with 1 stitch with 1 knit stitch at the wrong side, at the beginning and at the end, and then we increase, so every wrong side we make 1 knit stitch more on both sides. So we will get a triangle of stockinette stitch, and at the sides small triangles of garter stitch. That's for the ears. Just increase the garter stitch at the sides until you reach the same height as width. So 1 more centimeter. So I make 2 more rows. And so you see the triangle of stockinette stitch, and now you bind off. I check the height once more, it's okay, and now I start binding off. Just knit 1 stitch, knit 1 stitch and pass over the previous one, knit 1 and pass over the previous one throughout the row. So this is our square. And now we sew alongside the triangle. So I just show it to you with 3 needles, where we sew with simple stitches. We start at the top with the same yarn, same color. Our rabbit ate too many carrots, so it's all orange. So fast forward, just up and down, sew alongside the triangles. And from one side to the other. Take the rows as orientation for a straight line. Up to the border, and then the rest of the triangle. Leave the thread ends loose. We need them later to form the head. Now turn the square to the wrong side and make a ball, a small ball from filling material. You may form it later as well. And now place it in the middle of the sewn triangle. Now pull the two thread ends tightly around the ball. Don't close it yet because we are now going to sew the face. You see, you may form it further. At the moment it looks like Dumbo, but this will change, don't worry. So we're starting to sew the face. A few simple stitches with black yarn, 2 stitches for the nose. You may knot the yarn end, 2 stitches for the nose, 1 marking the mouth, and 2 or 3 stitches for the eyes. Make it as simple as possible. The simpler you work, the more cute the face will look. So this was a little too tight. I pulled the eyes, the threads out. So it looks a little more like a rabbit already. And now I'm going to sew the body, to close the body. Again, small stitches alongside the borders. I put my needle vertically into every stitch. Be careful because one side tends to be longer than the other. Of course, this is fast forward. I'm not sewing that fast. And at the very end, 2 horizontal stitches to fix the whole thing. And now we are going to fill the body. I don't fill it too tight. And as it's rather round, that gives me the idea to form arms. So we will sew them. First we close the bottom opening. Again, a few simple stitches. and sew in the yarn ends properly. Few stitches in one direction, few stitches in the other direction, and the third time, and the rest of the bottom opening. And cut the yarn. So now I start with a new thread at the back under the shoulders, fix the beginning of the yarn with a few stitches in opposite directions, and now sew through the body tightly, and we form sort of arms. How do you call it? Arms of a rabbit. Anyway, you know what I mean. And then towards the edge outside, a few stitches, and then sew in the yarn. And the same thing on the other side, of course. And a tiny pom-pom will help our rabbit to stand up for his animal rights. So I just tie it on his back, very low down. Here we go. Have fun with your Easter bunny